Over the last decade, I've experienced with dozens of time management strategies. I've done this because I genuinely believe that time management is one of the most important skills we can develop today. It's not about being busy all the time, it's about using that time intentionally and effectively. So, I want to introduce to you my 3-2-1 goal method. It's a simple yet powerful approach to time management that I use both personally and professionally. So let me share a bit of my story. Growing up in a poor family with a father of jeepney driver and my mother working as a laundry home service provider, I learned the value of time and discipline very early on. As the youngest of the eight siblings, I often felt the need to rise above the circumstances. So, over time, I managed to work my way through the corporate sector. So, becoming a creative director before eventually founding this new startup business, New Brave Academy. My focus now is on providing exceptional public speaking, training, facilitations, and workshops tailored for creativity and innovation. I've successfully conducted 300 plus workshops, and my goal is to empower and train 1 million individuals to cultivate creativity and innovation through the design thinking method by 2030. Anyway, today I'll show you how to use these methods in my life. So let's rock and roll. First component. The first component of 3-2-1 goal method is having a 90 days at a glance. So this is where you define your ultimate objective for your next 90 days that you want to accomplish now. So this objective serves as your guiding star. It helps you to ensure that your weekly and also your daily goals align to each other perfectly, to give you a clear vision. So it gives you a clear sense of purpose and direction, making it easier to prioritize and stay focused. So setting a shorter time frame, 90 days, creates a sense of urgency and motivation. So making progress more tangible instead of journaling. Me, myself, I rely heavily on Google Calendar for all of my tasks because it provides automatic notification for upcoming events. So by using the 90-day at a glance feature and also color coding personal, family, and professional events, I transform my time management. I remember being a new manager, feeling overwhelmed and lost, struggling to keep track of all my responsibilities. So I decided to take more visual approach. I color code my personal, my family, and also my professional events in the Google Calendar. So this gives me a clearer perspective on my time management, so helping me to stay organized and intentional. So Google Calendar, daily, weekly, and 90 days views allowed me to plan effectively with automatic notifications, keeping me on track. So by fully embracing Google Calendar, 90 days at a glance perspective, I was able to get rid or was able to get a bird's eye view of my entire schedule, so making it easier to plan group trips, holidays, and other commitments. So this approach allowed me to see everything in one place, benefiting the flexibility of the digital planning. Component number two. This second component is ideal for weekly planning. So here, we focus on setting 2 goals per week that are directly aligned with your 90 days objective. So these weekly goals helps ensure that each week is a step forward to your 90 days objectives. So I follow a 3-2-1 approach goal setting. One is your ultimate goal for the next 90 days and 2 weekly goals aligned to your objective. So 3 daily goals that drive progress towards the weekly goals. So this structured approach ensures I remain focused and steadily progress towards my larger objective. For my ideal week, I define how I allocate my time in a perfect scenario. So I use again Google Calendar to plan out, creating blocks for different activities, deep work, meetings, exercise, and personal life while ensuring everything is aligned with my weekly and 90 day goals. So using Google Calendar helps me understand my priorities and intentionally allocate my time. The automatic reminder keeps me on track even if unexpected things comes up. So this approach also allows me to prioritize important personal commitments like date nights, social dinners with friends, and one thing I always emphasize is keeping a balance between work and personal. So coming from a challenging environment, I value these precious moments now spent with loved ones. Component three daily tasks. So the third and the last component, daily planning, this is where I set three important goals for the day. So these daily quests help ensure that every day moves me closer to my weekly and 90-day objectives. On a given day, I follow what's in my calendar. It's as simple as that. No? It's also defined three specific daily tasks. One for work, one for health, and one for relationships. So these are my non-negotiable for the day, like filming a content, going to run, making time with family. So I remember when I first started my entrepreneurial journey, I felt like there was no time for anything else. But I realized that if I didn't make time for my family, for my health, and also for people who mattered, success would feel empty. That's why I make sure my daily quests include time for the relationships and for the for me, most to me, I schedule this in my calendar so they get done. So living by my calendar has been a game changer. So it frees up mental space because I don't need constantly decide what to do next. So I've already set those intentions. No? I used to feel disorganized and overrun, but now my life is more structured and I can focus on the things that matter. So to wrap up, the 3-2-1 goal method, 90-day planning, weekly and daily task has really boosted my productivity and given me a sense of control over time. So remember, it's not just about getting more done. It's about being intentional with your time. We can't make more time, but we can decide how we use the time we have. So if you'd like more time management and tips and you're facing challenges and figuring out how to start, consider getting a copy of the D60 book. It's a practical guide to conquer your everyday obstacles with clarity and confidence. So this, I'm gonna share a link in the description below. All right, let's dive into some common myths about productivity and creativity. I'm Rock Leo. I'm creative coach with 2 decades of experience in branding, marketing, and advertising. As part of New Brave Academy, I've had the privilege of guiding countless individuals through workshops on creativity and innovation and design thinking. Today, I want to share some insights that I've gathered over career, insights that helped me facilitate over 300 plus workshops and lead others towards realizing their creative potential. So let's start. Myth number one, I should have been more productive. Many of us, this thought to beat ourselves up at the end of the day. Sure, maybe we could have been more productive, but telling this ourselves and feeling guilty doesn't actually change the work we got done. So it doesn't make us more productive, but it makes us feel worse. I've learned to to choose satisfaction with that what I've accomplished. If I want to improve, I remind myself that I can always begin again tomorrow. Myth number two, consistency is more important than intensity. There's a movement that says it's all about small, consistent effort over time. And I agree because consistency is powerful. But there's also value in intensity. Not everything in life is a marathon. Sometimes we need to sprint. For example, if you're launching a new project, or as I did when I starting New Brave Academy, you may need a burst of intense focus. It's okay to put that in energy briefly to achieve a specific milestone. The key is balance, knowing when to be consistent and when to bring the intensity. Myth number three, motivation leads to action. We often think we need to be motivated to start something, but in reality, action is what creates motivation. When I was new to public speaking, I wasn't always motivated. Yeah. But taking action, getting on stage, speaking, learning from each experience, that's what created the motivation to continue. The more you do, the more small successes build up and the motivation follows. Myth number four, hustle culture is bad. Now, I understand where the backlash against hustle culture comes from, okay? So, overworking to the point of burnout is unhealthy. But if you have a big dream like my mission, no? Empower 1 million people by 2030, it's going to take hard work. Now, it's not about glorifying burnout. It's about understanding that sometimes ordinary goals requires extraordinary effort. Myth number five, productivity isn't self-care. I believe productivity and self-care are not opposites, okay? So sometimes taking care of yourself means getting things done, whether that's meeting a deadline or completing a task or making progress to your goals. There have been times when finishing work has the best form of self-care, no? Because it freed my mind to truly relax afterward. Myth number six, goals should be SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, and time bound. Okay, so there's value in SMART goals, but they're not the full picture. So we also need goals that are proximal, closer to time, to keep us motivated and intrinsic, no? Driven by personal growth rather than just external rewards. This blend has been a big part of my approach, both personal and professional development. Myth number seven, you can do everything if you're just productive enough. The truth is, none of us can do everything. We need to prioritize what really matters and accept that there will always be things left done. For me, focusing on the most important or the most impactful activities like empowering others through workshops has been key to staying on track. Myth number eight, you don't have time. We all have the same 24 hours, right? And it's not about lacking time. It's about what we prioritize. So for me, I chose to prioritize my mission and the work that I've aligned with my goals. Myth number nine, productivity is about doing more. True productivity is about doing more of the right things, the things that matters most to you. For me, that's about creating meaningful impact, whether it's about or it's through New Brave Academy, my workshops, or helping individuals unlock their creativity or creative potential. Myth number 10, you need large blocks of time to do good work. I've learned that progress can be made even in small pockets of time. Some of my best ideas for branding strategies or workshop activities have come from those little moments when I took advantage of a short break. Myth number 11, your environment has to be perfect. Sure, have a nice setup helps, no, but it's not the requirement. No, it's not a requirement. What really matters is your mindset, being ready to create, innovate, and act, no matter where you are. Myth number 12, the small stuff doesn't matter. In my experience, small improvements can lead to big changes, whether it's learning to type faster, mastering small skills. These things add up and improve overall productivity. Myth number 13, reading too many books is useless. For me, there are two types of reading. Number one, reading to explore, and number two, reading to apply. So when I'm exploring, I might go through many books quickly to get a broad understanding. So when I'm reading to apply, I focus deeply on fewer books to absorb their lessons. Both have their place in learning and growth. So these are just some of the myths that holds us back from reaching our true potential. As someone who has had an honor of being named into top Philippines top creativity and top creativity and innovation facilitations, I've seen firsthand how breaking free from this myth can unlock incredible growth and creativity. So I hope sharing these insights help you on your journey to productivity and creativity. So remember, you can always start again tomorrow, and you're capable of more than you think. So if you're looking for a practical guide to overcome your everyday challenges and boost your productivity, check out my book, Done in 60 Minutes. So it is designed to help you find solutions really quick, no? Achieve balance and make meaningful progress with no sweat. So grab a copy of this book today and start transforming your productivity journey.